So today I'm just going to keep it really real with you. And I want to talk about the importance of having options and having additional income streams and my personal experience of recent. Last week was the first time I had to go back to the hospital and work full time. And this is because my husband injured his arm and his hand. We are both physiotherapists. And for that reason, if our hands or arms are injured, we can't see the patients in the hospital or in practice. That is just the nature of our job. But he has his own practice and he runs it alone. And there's no backup. So if he doesn't work, there's no income being generated. Because if you can't treat patients, you can't make an income. And yes, people have safety nets, people have, backups, whatever. But what if you don't? So I was working the whole week last week. And though I didn't mind working, I realized that we have all our eggs in one basket, mostly. I get an income from doing postdoc research, but you kind of plan according to both incomes and you can just see it as one income stream. So many people, have good careers, they study hard, they try to always increase their incomes through, promotions, raises, or whatever it may be. But the reality is, if your income is only coming from one place, then it takes only one decision, one event to really mess up your finances. So I want to speak today about the importance of having additional income streams, because if you have a family and you have your financial obligations, which you are able to meet with your current income, how secure is that really? Because like I said, it takes one event, one incident, one person to make a decision that you are not working here any longer, or we can't employ you any longer, or there's just no more space, or whatever the case may be. And then what happens? Then maybe you've got some money saved up for 6 months, or maybe you don't. And then not only do you not have that income to provide, you're also sitting with a lot of stress, a lot of mental load. And believe it or not, but your children notice it. And we are that generation where we want to break generational cycles and curses and whatever it's called. But we got to do things differently if we are to break these generational cycles. And for me, one of those ways is to have additional streams of income. And as a mom, I've always been looking for additional ways to make income. I've just never found an opportunity that really suits my life, that aligns with my values. I've done network marketing, and I was just not in the right space. I guess it just wasn't for me. And looking back now, it definitely didn't align with my values. And now I found an opportunity to explore online income opportunities. And although I was very skeptical, and although it sounds too good to be true, I'm learning how it actually works instead of making a decision based on how much money people have made in a short amount of time. Because that's not the general trend. Some people take long to start seeing results. Some people make money very quickly, but that is all based on their background, their circumstances, or whatever they did. We don't know their story. So I am asking you today, if something happened to your job today, what is your backup plan? What are you going to do? And if you don't have a backup plan, what are you doing to pursue something like that? Because the reality is nothing is guaranteed in life, not even your job. You've got the skills, and yes, you can start over, you can start somewhere else. But what happens in the time that you're looking for something else? So I'm encouraging you to try and look for opportunities or explore opportunities whilst you have a stable income, whilst you have security, and be open to learning something new. I'm not saying you have to start an online business, or you have to start affiliate marketing, or you have to start network marketing. I am saying that be open to other possibilities so that you can have more options. You do have a backup plan, and you don't have to sit with stress and mental load due to, not because you can't pay your bills, but because you want to do things and you're just not in a position to do so. So the one thing that's been challenging for me is right now it's school holidays, which means I am now able to go and work in my husband's place. He is at home with the children, but we can't really do anything because I have to work and there isn't a locum or somebody to stand in. So these are the things that I'm considering, and that's making me more motivated to make this work and to understand how it works so that I can have options. So if you want to see exactly, if you're curious about how this works, I've put a link in the description where you can watch a webinar or video on what the system is that I'm exploring, how it works, and how people, ordinary people, are making this work. I'll see you in the next video.